Yeah, Tank Lip, the Tank Lip Show. This is part 4 of the blog. Let me just hit y'all with the punchline and the moral of the story at this point. The camera keeps chopping. I know I'm long-winded. I'll be going on rants and shit. And like, there's a point I'm trying to get to through all this madness and shit. So at this point, part 3 blog ends like, if somehow I found out that devil, like, people on Angels and Demons movie, like cults, real cults in society, like it seems people are both on like a mission to like find the return of God or the return of Christ. Then some people on like some, discover the Antichrist, find the devil and then end him, end evil. Maybe there's evil powers that want to find the devil and fucking raise evil, like whatever shit they be on. Like, if this whole anecdote that I brought to you about the whistling, or the Satan talk, all the shit, like, it brings me actually to a crossroads. Like, what if that war between God and the devil, or God versus Satan, or whatever, what if it's something that we know about through like written scriptures or some shit, but what if it's like a spiritual war or something going on in the spiritual realm that you can't actually see unless you going through it, and you sense that spiritual realm as you going through like a human realm? And I'm thinking, like, all this sign of the time shit, like, what if what just happened was like my discovery of like a personal encounter with that spiritual war? Like, what if God and the devil and all those forces and that war of those two opposing types of forces, like good versus evil, love versus hatred, like all that shit, like visits every single one of us at some point in our life? Like, what if that was just what happened? And like, maybe my mission, my test, my judgment is what I do at that crossroads. And what I'm saying, okay, despite the fact that it's almost incriminating to put out, especially from a man with mental illness, like now I'm a sitting duck, and now I actually almost have to worry and hope, naturally I would hope nothing ever happens to my girlfriend, but now I really gotta hope nothing ever happens to her, because this video's of mental illness, crazy man talking about he thinks his girlfriend could be possessed by the devil. Something ever happens, I'm like incriminated by this video, like all them people on the news, that if they didn't commit a murder-suicide, maybe they just commit a murder, then they go to jail or some shit, because they was talking about people being possessed by spirits or devils and shit, and then they killed someone. Like, now I gotta worry extra, even as a good person that wouldn't do something, and as a good person that would never hope anything bad happens, now I gotta really hope something bad doesn't happen, because I got a video now for the general public, the world to see, that basically incriminates me. Y'all know I already got mental illness. Now I'm talking that same crazy talk we see on the news about those people. I'm talking about literally my girlfriend might be possessed by the devil or Satan or some shit. So if something ever happens to her, I'm a sitting duck. Y'all coming to me as suspect number 1. What I'm saying at that crossroads, if that's the shit that's really going on, I wouldn't be like those cults or people's chasing like that evil source or to find that devil and then maybe like fucking kill or end that devil. Like, I'm saying at my crossroads, as a good person with a good soul and a good heart, I would love on that devil. And like, let me give y'all an analogy. Like, you got 2 barking dogs, right? Out in the street. Like, the laws of nature say, I know some of y'all might be different than others, but the laws of nature predict you're probably going to go and pet the dog that's not barking rather than go and pet the barking dog. It's just in the nature of people and forces and energies that we don't always process and understand, but subconsciously we are processing them, and those are the reasons why we make decisions to do what we do. Now I'm saying, like, yeah, you go over and you pet that barking dog, there is a chance you might get your hand bitten. But there's also another chance. That might not be a bad dog, just because he's not approachable. Okay, you're judging that book by its cover. That dog might be barking. First of all, they can't speak words like us humans. They might be trying to tell us something. Maybe they abuse and neglect and they just need a little love. Maybe that barking dog need to be petted and loved on more than the dog that isn't barking. Yet we go, we migrate to the one that's not barking. Maybe it's actually the one that's barking that needs more of our love. So as an analogy and a metaphor, I bring that to your attention. So like if this is a crossroads and I'm actually in my human realm experiencing actually like a spiritual war of good versus evil, God, the devil, like all this, all because of some whistling anecdote, I got brought to this. It's a big tangent that I went on, but I'm here now. It makes sense to me, and I want to bring to you something that is actually within me. As like a good person, I would want to do good and love on that devil. Because isn't the whole story, I don't really know all the specifics, but isn't the devil like a raging soul, like so angry about something, technically angry because God cast him out of heaven or condemned him to hell or something, let all the other angels in, but not him? So he now angry and shit? Like, what if I had the chance, okay, not that I really believe my girlfriend's a devil, but just let's roll with this metaphor. What if I had a chance to love on that devil? I wouldn't kill that devil and that devil. I would nurture that devil with love. And maybe it would ease some of that anger, that raging soul that could be going through all of us. Like, I would love on it and nourish it in a positive way, like a plant that's dying. Like you either neglect it or you give it water and it grows and blossoms into something beautiful. This really on some Beauty and the Beast shit. In that Disney shit or whatever that is, isn't the Beast really like a princess or some wonderful person but gets judged by the cover of looking like ugly or like a beast or something? So it's the same thing. These are like morals and punchlines like of the world and themes. And my crossroads is I would want to end the evil, but I wouldn't end the quote-unquote devil by killing it. I would love on that devil. And then it's no longer the devil. It's now peaceful. It's happy. It's loving because it's now been loved. Like that dog that's barking, that you could either ignore and it continues to bark and eventually you put it down. Like when you put dogs down, when all you really had to do was